Okay, I didn't want to record a video about this, but I was kind of thinking while I was at work the other day, and I wanted to address some of my concerns. My thoughts on Battle Royale in Battlefield. Battle Royale could hurt Battlefield's success. Battle Royale is one of those genres that every single AAA shooter that comes out feels like they need to incorporate in their game, even if their title wasn't built around Battle Royale. But we've seen a trend in gaming where a new title releases, it comes with the Battle Royale mode, that then becomes the sole focus of the development team. While I understand Battlefield EA is outsourcing different developers to work on it, on different parts of their game, what I mainly want to focus on is how the monetization of this could kill Battlefield's identity. Hell, if you want to play a Battle Royale, you could just log on to Fortnite, play some Minecraft Battle Royale on some public servers, play Ark. Even Ark has a Battle Royale. You could play Warzone, maybe even some PUBG if you're still back in like 2018 or whatever the fuck that game came out. The Battle Royale wasn't the main focus. It was definitely a heavily played version of the game and slowly became the focus of the game, even though it wasn't initially their main focus, right? And like we've seen in Call of Duty, and we've seen the microtransactions take over the heart of the franchise, game-changing its identity into something that's unrecognizable. I guarantee you the Fortnite developers didn't think the Battle Royale would be the most popular version of their game. Sometimes it feels like we forget that they made Fortnite for the zombie mode that just no one played. Warzone fans didn't expect their skins to cross over and pollute the identity of Call of Duty. From the Warzone into the Call of Duty game, changing its identity. So like in Warzone, the skins were definitely made for Warzone players to show off, but it slowly became the main focus of Call of Duty. Gone are the days where like most of the cosmetics came from stuff that you earned. It is now just stuff that you bought with your wallet so you can look like American Dad or a hooker. Anyway, yeah, it's easy to say that they probably have something planned up. They might be hush-hush about it for now, but I could see down the line the skins in Battlefield becoming a main focal point of the game. This hasn't been seen before heavily with Battlefield, but with us already getting pre-order skins, I can't see it being too far off until the market is filled with weekly rotations. I'm sick of this shit, dude! I'm sick of it! Every game feels like they need to be a live service where the main storefront is a bunch of shiny cosmetics. One of my commenters mentioned something that I do like to bring up while talking about this. They mentioned how back in the day, it used to be the whole game was kept alive by gatekeeping actual content with paywalls. Like DLC, and like Destiny is the biggest example of this. I think the Taken King was one of those paid DLCs. I don't know, I don't play Destiny, but they do know they had expansions where you would pay money to be able to play. So if I really think about it, cosmetics are a better alternative. But I can't help but miss the days playing Halo Reach and every single cosmetic you earned simply by leveling up and saving credits that can only be earned exclusively, I'd like to add, by playing the game. And if I remember correctly, there wasn't even DLC you needed to buy to play all the games and the campaign and the multiplayer. So like you could literally play every single mode in Reach, and almost I think it's every map that came out, you didn't need to pay for. Plus the entire Forge mode, that's a whole can of worms. So if it was possible then, why isn't it possible now? Because back then, they still had to peddle physical copies of the game, so it was more expensive to deliver these games. So using a game's cost isn't really a fucking excuse. Anyway, now the gameplay loop isn't much more deep than it was then. But I forget, everything still needs to be a live service cash grab, because that's the meta for developers these days. God! I really hope the best for the Battlefield franchise, because I fucking love it. But I will continue to speak passionately about this on the side of all of us gamers, and I will continue to speak passionately about this because I love the game. All this criticism is just me worrying. I just have hopes that the game continues in a good way. And some of the games I've been playing a lot of, Path of Exile 2, which is very closely related to, isn't very closely related to Battlefield, but they charge $50 to $80 per skin in that game, and that's after you pay for the early access, which is $30. It's fucking outrageous. But as gamers just suck it up. We just suck it up because we like the game. And that game has a private community. So if they can do it, I can see it happening to Battlefield, considering they have a much wider audience. But digressing, back to the point of Battle Royale, even though I know a lot of people in the Battlefield community dislike Call of Duty fans, if the Battle Royale is good. Even so, the Battle Royale fans of Warzone will definitely be coming to Battlefield, and lots of the influence made by their community will impact Battlefield. And that's just a given. To keep players happy, they will transform the game to what the players want. And if the majority of the players want cosmetics and Battle Royale gameplay, that's what they're gonna do. I'm also worried about trying to find two different types of games within Battlefield. A 32v32 comparative to loading into Battle Royale, because a lot of people playing are going to be divided amongst all these different game modes. The longevity of the game looks like it could be something that lasts a year or two with all the game modes kept in mind, but with the Battle Royale becoming the main focus over time. Because Battle Royale is a fucking plague that takes over identities of games, and everyone in our fan base knows it. Maybe in the distant future, we'll have like Donald Trump running around in a tactical kit. Or maybe it's gonna be just fine. But it isn't gonna be fine for our bank accounts. Always spending money on individual pieces of skin for our soldier, our weapons, our charms, our vehicle skins, and how many even how many player cards they add. This is a dystopian future we all feared years ago, but we're all frogs in a pot with boiling water, literally sizzling us to death. We haven't jumped out because the temperature has just been rising so slowly, and the temperature being the greed of every new game that comes out. Just remember that Battlefield tends to release map expansion packs and DLC. So on top of these microtransactions that you're gonna be spending for skins, you're gonna be spending that dough on DLC too. My business here, speculating and shitting on the possibility of this game being a glorified casino for cosmetics, capitalizing on our FOMO. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. I got what I wanted to say out. It's been your guy Martimus. Please like and subscribe if you liked it, and I'll be back again next week to talk about some bullshit. Also, I'm sorry I didn't post last week. I've been putting together a new PC, but it's finally done, and I have another PC sitting on the floor here, and I'm gonna be using that for streaming, so I will be streaming soon. I will link my Twitch in my next video, because I assume by then I might be actually streaming. But I love y'all. Thanks for the recent support. It's crazy just getting like a couple hundred views a video. Back when I was first posting, I was getting like 10 views, 4 views, 5 views. So it's like really amazing to see all the support. Even if you guys aren't subscribing, it's just nice that the algorithm's favoring me a little bit. Anyway, catch y'all later.